Hof van Saxe is a stylish and exclusive holiday resort in the stunning region of Drenthe.
Last year we opened 3 new water slides, including the biggest indoor water slides at the world.
All ideas were gained at the EAS. We can't wait to visit the show in September again.
See you there!
Welkom at Sportbedrijf Deventer.
Here you can swim, play, skate and kart. We are going to renovate with ideas and contacts we've gained at EAS. See you there.
Welcome to Euro Attraction Show 2018. Please welcome to the stage Jakob Wahl, Vice President, Aiyappa Europe, Middle East, Africa.
I couldn't wait to be on stage, sorry. Goedemorgen, welcome to the Netherlands, welcome to EAS. It's a privilege to welcome you here today as we open Euro Attraction Show 2018. What a wonderful video this was. Thank you very much for joining today. And I'm very happy to welcome you as we celebrate Aiyappa's 100 years anniversary today with the opening of EAS. We actually have the largest EAS in history. We have 6 exhibit halls, we have a show floor which was never as big as before, we have a fantastic conference program, and we also have actually a record attendance. So that is actually really, really great. To continue that, we are looking forward to an exciting week here in Amsterdam with many events which we have planned for you. I would actually like to use this opportunity also to thank the Netherlands, as it's a great host country this year. We have worked very, very hard throughout the last year, and we have reached out to receive a lot from you. And more surprisingly, actually, we got a lot from you. So that has been a true nice thing. Can we scroll on, please? Sorry. Thank you for that. This is quite challenging now, I'm sorry for that. I would like actually especially thank today some of our special members which have helped us throughout the year. We have been in close contact with the Netherlands throughout the year with some associations, and we are very happy to welcome today Jos Franken from Holland Tourism, who's here, and later we will actually have also Mona Kaiser, State Secretary of Economy, who will join us today. Thank you. Can we please scroll to my script? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. I still remember actually back EAS 2009 when we had the first EAS here in Amsterdam. Now we are back for the third time. And in 2009 we covered Hall 1 and half of Hall 4. Today we cover 6 halls, and it's actually, since the last time we went to Amsterdam in 2014, we grow by 33%, which is amazing. I actually think in 2009, in the 3 days, I walked less than just today by walking from the entrance to here. So that is actually very impressive. And the opening, some of you might have been there at the opening. We actually had it on a small podest in front of Hall 1. It was very small. And if you compare it with today's show, that is actually has gone a very impressive development. Today the trade show floor extends through 6 exhibition halls. In each you will find the latest developments, fantastic products by our exhibitors, and I would actually like to thank all of those exhibitors for the support, for trusting us to help to grow your business, to make new connections, and share your expertise with other attendees. All of us, a real thank you. I would also like to thank all the speakers. You have seen it. We have more than 100 hours of conference program here for their commitment to share their knowledge and everything else. I would also, throughout this year, and I mentioned that before, already the 2 VIP guests from those associations, but we have also been very happy to receive support from other associations in the Netherlands. This is, for example, BOVAC, the ESU, European Showman Union, Recron, Koninklijk Horeca, and ANVB, which are also here today. We're excited to be back here in Amsterdam, and our members love the city, and so do we, and we hope that you will come and love the country as much as we do. For those of you who don't know, with your badge actually you will have the chance to have free access to some of our member attractions throughout the Netherlands in the days after the show, so please benefit from that and really enjoy those days. But besides EAS, we have also been busy on many other levels throughout the last year. Some of you might know, actually in January 2018 we went to Abu Dhabi and Dubai for the Winter Forum 2018, where we had a fantastic event with visits to Yas Waterworld, the Louvre, and Dubai Safari, just to name some of those. In May, more than 120 participants came to Ireland, and we saw some fantastic branded experience, and you can believe we actually learned a lot while drinking. And for those of you who were there, they probably still remember that. And I would like to do a special thanks again to Tato Park, because they have been a fantastic host with Irish hospitality at its best, and we will surely not forget that. Unfortunately, in today's times, the security situation has not much improved in the last year, and this is why Aiyappa has strengthened its activities in this field and has launched an initiative with the first regional Aiyappa EMEA security subcommittee. And with the help of this committee, we have launched 2 confidential security exchanges this year, where operators were able to meet each other, to share best knowledges and best practices. And I would like to have a special thanks to PortAventura and to Tomorrowland, which hosted us and really opened all the doors for us by showing what they have done in that important subject. We also worked on government relations and just released the funding guide. This member-only document explains funding in the European Union and how you as a facility member can actually access it. To my British friends, you better rush, as long as you can benefit from that, but it is now available for download on the Aiyappa member area. And we have already actually some great plans for the rest of the year and for 2019. In December, for the first time, we will do a Christmas event. Seasonal events have become bigger and bigger every year. And Tivoli is probably one of the most beautiful Christmas openings. So on the 19th of December, we will go to Tivoli to learn about seasonal events, to actually have also a tour of Tivoli, and to end with a wonderful Aiyappa EMEA Christmas dinner, which we are very much looking forward to. In January, we will host another confidential security exchange at Europa Park, so thank you also for Europa Park for inviting us. And in January, then end of January, we'll go to the Canary Islands. As some of you know about Siam Park, Loro Park, some world-class facilities, which will host our Spring Forum 2019. In February, the Leadership Conference will return to the Emirates, to Dubai and Abu Dhabi. And in May, Aiyappa EMEA will bring its Spring Forum to Finland. And if you dare, we are actually working on a poster to Russia. Good luck for that, but we are sure that it will be actually a fantastic experience to see some of the attractions in St. Petersburg, including obviously the wonderful Eremitage and Diva Ostrov. So join us then for some great tours, inspiring presentations and networking. We value you being a member of us, and if you think that we are missing something in our work, that you think that we should do better on something, or that you might, say, stop that because it doesn't really help, let us know. We want you to be active member of us, and this is actually where we want to grow a community with all of you. So if you have any comments, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Don't hesitate to come to Aiyappa Central to talk about this with my colleagues. This is all about you. So learn more on those things and events and documents when you stop by our booth. I would like to use actually the opportunity to give a special thanks to the Aiyappa EMEA team. They have worked very, very hard the last weeks and months to pull this event together. And I would actually like them to stand up, but probably they're running around somewhere in the building, maybe trying to fix a teleprompter or something. But I would still actually like to give them a thanks to the whole team. So, Andrea, Nico, Yaron, Florina, Juliana, Tom, Esperanza, Anadora, and actually we kind of took a bit over. Diane, thank you very much for all of your help throughout those days. But now I would actually like to hand over to a very special member of us. They have helped us tremendously in setting up this event. Obviously every member is special, but they have been very special in helping us this year. Because they have really supported us in a great way. And I'm also very pleased that on the stage today I can congratulate Efteling that they just approved the expansion plan for 2030, and I can say that I'm very, very excited to see what they have in store for us in the future. So I would like to hand over now to the Lichtpuntjes and some friends from Efteling. Thank you very much.
Here I wanna be with you.
Please welcome to the stage Al McAwan, Interim President and CEO, Aiyappa.
Good morning, all. And wow, thank you for that warm welcome. And thank you, Effling, for the fun-filled performance. What a great way to start our morning. And thank you, Jakob. I'd like to take a moment to also thank our entire mayor team and their hard work and dedication to the association. And also thank you to all of you who are with us today. It is such an honor to be in Amsterdam. Euro Attraction Show is such an important event, and we look forward to coming together and discovering what's new throughout the region and what's next in our global industry. This year has been an incredible one for Aiyappa. For 100 years, this association has served the global attractions industry. All year long, we've continued to celebrate the past and we build the future. Our industry is thriving. Here in Europe, the economic impact of amusement and theme parks alone is projected to be 20.2 billion euros. We employ 250,000 people, and nearly 500 million people visit Europe's theme and amusement parks each year. Along with the industry's growth, the association has also grown. Our first regional office opened in Europe and remains in Brussels. We also have offices in Mexico City and Hong Kong. And in January, we opened our office in Shanghai, China. And we are working on a stronger presence in the Middle East. Today, Aiyappa has more than 5,600 members in over 100 countries. The future definitely looks bright, and we're very busy. For almost 3 years, we've been working on an extensive project, evaluating all of Aiyappa's brands, and I'm excited and proud to share that beginning in January, we will reveal a new look, identity, and vision for the association. This work helps us continue to build the future, better meet your needs. We'll provide a sneak peek at Aiyappa Attractions Expo in Orlando, Florida in November. We hope you all will join us. Along with this brand work, we've developed a new strategic plan, identifying our goals and priorities for the next 5 years. Also, construction is underway for our permanent global headquarters, and we look forward to moving in next summer. And most importantly, welcoming you all, our members, to that space. It's dedicated for you all, opportunity to be with our team. This opening ceremony and all our events this week would not be possible without the generous support of our sponsors. Please join me in thanking our Euro Attractions Show 2018 sponsors listed on the screen behind me. Also, a special thank you to our platinum sponsor for the Aiyappa Theater, Poland Water Parks. Let's take a moment to learn more about Poland. Also to the platinum sponsor of this morning's opening ceremony, Simtech Systems and Setpoint Inc. Let's take a moment to hear more about Simtech and Setpoint. also like to thank our silver sponsors of this morning's event, Interlink and Mock Rides. Please be sure to visit all of our sponsors of Euro Attractions show. We could not produce this event without their valued support and partnership. Let's give them another round of applause.
Please welcome to the stage Jack Murray, Executive Vice President and Partner, Morris Pier Chairman, Aiyappa Hall of Fame and our Chiefs Committee.
The Aiyappa Hall of Fame was established in 1990 to celebrate the most influential voices of the amusement park and attractions industry. This honor roll recognizes the early pioneers as well as the modern-day innovators who continue to shape the industry. Our history is rich with leaders, inventors, dreamers, and visionaries, all with one thing in common: passion for the work that we do. They have served in the industry with their time and talent. They have developed strategies, technology, and education. The amusement park and attractions industry is what it is today because of these remarkable individuals. These are our heroes. This is the Aiyappa Hall of Fame.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my sincere privilege and pleasure to be here this morning to celebrate Aiyappa's 100th anniversary by inducting 4 very special people into the prestigious Aiyappa Hall of Fame. Let's meet our first inductee.
The Seaside Amusement Pier is one of the most beloved entertainment destinations in the attractions industry. For this, we can thank engineering pioneer Eugenius Birch. Prior to Birch's innovations, piers were not durable enough to withstand the sea nor the heavy storms that lashed against them, and were merely intended to provide pedestrian access to ships and watercraft. In 1853, Eugenius Birch was tasked with creating an amusement pier in Margate, near his hometown of London. He fitted screw blades to the bottom of the iron support pilings, and quite simply, screwed them into the ground. Margate Pier survived 125 years until it was torn down in 1978. The newfound strength of piers opened the door to building amusement rides on them, transforming them into entertainment destinations. His piers became a template for piers, parks, and seaside destinations around the world. Hastings Pier, south of London, and still standing today, is one of the most famous entertainment destinations and music venues in the United Kingdom. It has been rebuilt on Birch's original iron frame, first constructed more than 145 years ago in 1872. Birch re-engineered seaside piers and transformed them into family entertainment destinations. And for that achievement, we are proud to add Eugenius Birch to the Aiyappa Hall of Fame.
And accepting the award for the late Eugenius Birch is Tim Phillips. Tim is the Vice Chairman of the National Pier Society in the UK. Tim? Tim, great work. Great. There you go.
Thank you very much, everybody, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. A great honour for a great engineer.
We're all going off script this morning. It's okay. Now let's meet our second inductee.
In the late 1920s, in Beaconsfield, in Buckinghamshire, England, Roland Callingham was a wealthy and somewhat eccentric landowner. His sense of whimsy led him to create a model village that would continue to grow, becoming a lifelong project. Still in operation today, Beckenscott is the oldest original model village in the world. What started as an entertaining distraction became the template for the model village attractions everywhere. The inventive display features such details as cricket matches on village greens, friendly bobbies on patrol, a traveling fun fair, and a zoo complete with miniature animals. Of course, a highlight for all visitors is the working railway system that runs throughout the village. Similar villages built in larger and smaller scales have cropped up over the years, but Callingham's 1/12th scale approach seems to have hit the mark and has become a universal standard for model village attractions today. Roland Callingham's themed attraction remains as relevant and as much loved today as it did when he first brought this innovative and playful concept to life. For his creativity and originality that inspired an entire attraction movement, we welcome Roland Callingham into the Aiyappa Hall of Fame.
A member of Mr. Callingham's family was not able to be here together, but we will make sure they get their award. And now let's meet our third inductee.
Karl Hagenbeck, born in Hamburg, Germany in 1844, had a fondness for animals and was an early advocate for their welfare and care. Without his influence, the zoos of the world would not look like they do today. The typical zoo in the late 1800s was indeed a very different kind of place for the showing of animals, characterized by iron bars, small enclosures, and stark living conditions. It was Karl Hagenbeck who developed a new means of animal exhibition that did away with the conventions of the day in favor of more natural environments. He developed panoramas that showcased multiple species separated from each other and their human observers by moats, ditches, and walls. He brought these methods to reality in 1907 with the opening of Tierpark Hagenbeck in Hamburg, Germany. Hagenbeck had forever changed the concept of animal exhibition, allowing the public to see, appreciate, and learn about animals in more natural environments. More than 100 years later, zoos around the world still closely resemble Tierpark Hagenbeck, which continues to be owned and operated by the 6th generation of the Hagenbeck family. Hagenbeck is considered the father of the modern zoo. For his visionary design of naturalistic enclosures and for his commitment to animal welfare and well-being, we are proud to welcome Karl Hagenbeck into the Aiyappa Hall of Fame.
And unfortunately, as is the case with so many of these late members that started these just fantastic revolution ideas, a member of his family was able to be here, but we will make sure, actually Jacob Wall, our very own Jacob Wall, will be delivering the award. And now, please, our fourth and final inductee, and he is here in living color to accept, but let's first learn about him.
Dr. Peter Rosener is a pioneer in the attractions industry. Of Dr. Rosener's many innovations, the two with the most far-reaching effect have been his linear motorized launch systems and magnetic braking systems. The previous technology for brakes was based on friction. Skid brakes and later squeeze brakes were used for years on wooden and steel roller coasters. But mechanical brakes wear out, and their exposure to the weather requires ongoing maintenance. In 1996, Intamin debuted the Elevator Drop Tower at Kentucky Kingdom, the first ride to use Dr. Rosener's magnetic braking system. The fail-safe nature of the magnetic brakes and the lack of mechanical wear and tear allows ride creators to design rides that would have not been possible with the old braking system. In 1996, another of Dr. Rosener's innovations debuted at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Superman the Escape was one of the first roller coasters to feature a linear motor launch system, and it was the first coaster to go 100 miles per hour. This electromagnetic propulsion system has become a commonly used industry standard for launched roller coasters. Dr. Peter Rosener gave the attractions industry two new systems that changed the way attractions are designed. His innovations boosted thrills and enhanced safety in modern rides and have earned him a place in the Aiyappa Hall of Fame.
And please join me in welcoming Dr. Peter Rosener to the stage.
Thank you so much. I prepared a short speech, and I'm an old-fashioned guy, so I didn't grasp these modern things I have on paper. Okay, I think it's not necessary to tell something about our technology. You saw a lot of them. But one point I want to mark, it's not only my achievement you saw. In the background there are a lot of people who worked with me, and there were excellent women and men who are still operating and making these innovations new and better. And last but not least, I thank the industry owners which risked 20 years ago to build or to use these new technologies in their rides. It didn't work without problems at the beginning, I think, but they stayed with us and they had new ideas to use these motors and brakes. So thanks them all, and thank to you. Goodbye.
And ladies and gentlemen, a final round of applause for all of this year's inductees. Have a good show.
Please welcome to the stage Andreas Andersen, CEO and President Liseberg, Chairman of the Board Aiyappa.
Good morning. I'm an old-fashioned guy as well. 17 years ago, in 2001, I traveled to Paris to attend the first ever Euro amusement show. I worked at Tivoli Gardens in Copenhagen, and I had told my boss that I had to go to this really important industry event. It was in January, it was cold, we were in a tent, it rained a lot inside the tent, but despite all this, this first European-based trade show was pretty special. Something none of us knew at that time was that this show was the start of something new. It was in many ways a new beginning and represented a massive change for the European attractions industry. For the first time, the convention and trade show focused on Europe was taking place. When Aiyappa began to manage the show in 2005, it fueled not just the European office in Brussels, but it also established a model for how Aiyappa would later expand its services to our industry around the world. We did not know that back in 2001 in the tent, in the rain. And look at where we are now, 17 years later, all together in Amsterdam. I could list statistics about square meters and attendees, but what is far more important is that EAS has become a meeting place, the meeting place for the European attractions industry. And this fact is more important than ever. Most of us who work outside the big corporate structures, we work in rather regionalized markets and in relative isolation. We can't just drive up the road to share best practices, or we can't just pop by for a cup of coffee to network. You could say that many of us live and work in our own little small bubbles. And this is why an event like EAS is so important.
it connects these bubbles. There is, of course, a transactional element to EAS, and that is vital. But bringing the whole attractions family together is just as important. This is in many ways the key mission and the key goal of Aiyappa. Over the last 10 years, Aiyappa's membership here in Europe has doubled, and we will continue to grow as we think global and act local. A strong global voice for the attractions industry has never been more vital. And it has never been more important to have this event, this meeting place where we can learn from each other, develop our skills, to make sure our companies are managed, operated, and developed at the highest professional standards. My boss back in 2001, he was smart enough to realize that we are stronger together. And all of you here today realize that. That is why you came to EAS, and that is why we're so excited to host this event for you. Now, I've told you all about the tremendous growth here in the EMEA region. At this time, I would like to show it to you. Again, a very warm welcome and enjoy.
if this industry continues like this, I think next year we need 2 hours for the show. But what a great video, and very, very nice to see all those additions. My parents always said, listen to what the doctor is saying, so I'm listening to our Hall of Fame inductee, Mr. Rosener, and I also brought my notes for the future now. We have now learned a lot about the history of EAS, and we have talked about 100 years of Aiyappa. We have also seen new attractions this year. We have seen traditional entertainment, and we thought to celebrate the 100 years of Aiyappa and to look a little bit in the future, we also tried to bring something new and to this ceremony. And we are very happy that we have actually a member of us, Dronisus, the company which is exhibiting with us here, also at EAS, which has helped us in supporting a little show act here, where I hope that this will actually be very, very interesting. And now I better get off the stage to see what they have in the works. So enjoy the show.
I've got a big surprise for you. Yes, you! Welcome to the Top 10 Countdown.
In 3, 2, 1.
Play ball!
You have no idea there were actually 8 people in the back trying to maneuver those. No, I'm joking. This is actually a very high class and very high technology version of those. So thank you very much again to Dionysos for supplying that. I told you before about the great support which we have had throughout the year from all those associations in the Netherlands, from different organizations, also from the RAI Amsterdam. And we're also very happy that we learned how much we actually invest into government relations and how important it is for us to showcase what an industry we are and actually what economic impact we have. And this is why I'm very, very proud actually to welcome today Mona Kaiser, the State Secretary for Economy and Sustainability here to us at EAS. So thank you very much, Mrs. Kaiser, for joining us today.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to be here and I'm very pleased that this year's Euro Attraction Show is taking place here in Amsterdam. More than 500 exhibitors have come to display their new attraction, and I feel like a child in a candy shop. Over the next few days, this event will draw more than 12,000 visitors from more than 100 countries. We've never seen anything like this in the Netherlands. It's the ultimate show and tell, especially show. All of a sudden, my younger nieces and nephews are interested in my job. So it's a pleasure to be here today. You work in a business that makes people smile. Not many people can say that. Let me give you an example. 2 weeks ago, I was at the opening of the annual Volendam Fair, my hometown. Come rain or shine, the forecast is always be prepared for foam heads. It should have shown a glass of beer. It's missing. I think it's up in the belly of the one who would have. Oh, there it is. Great. Foam heads. Beer heads, that is. The fair means party time. There were roller coasters, a giant Ferris wheel and bumper cars. It's a tradition that's been around for at least 2 centuries. Yeah, that's one. So it's even older than this painting from 1893. It shows an attraction called the Turkish Swing. These days the authorities wouldn't allow it. It doesn't meet safety regulations. But at the time, it was probably quite high-tech. Volendam has always kept this tradition alive. Everybody joins in the party. At the fair, we all become children again. We all want to have fun together. Let me see, where am I in my speech? Yeah. So that's what your profession is all about. Enabling people to have fun. As outsiders, we don't often see all the work that goes into giving people a good time. We don't think about all the safety measures when we're enjoying ourselves. But it's something you work on all year round. And over the next few days, you'll be able to discuss this with your European counterparts. The International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions has been providing this platform for 100 years. And I'd like to express my appreciation for all your efforts in making the world of fun work. From amusement parks to zoos, resorts and aquariums. There's the beer again. That's the Efteling, one of my favorites. I congratulate the AAAPA on a century of organizing serious fun. The amusement and leisure industry is innovating constantly. Every new social and economic trend is reflected in the conference program, meeting the needs of foodies, setting sustainability goals. There are even sessions on digital technology like virtual reality, and that's real great. This summer I was at Universal Studio in the Los Angeles, I think that was the surrounding where I was at. really, really great with all the digital technologies there. And you are ensuring that data collection complies with the GDPR, the European rules on privacy. Fierce competition in this industry drives your innovative ideas. It's important to surprise and delight your customers, to offer new, exciting attractions. The Netherlands may be a small country, but it has a lot of amusement parks. Every year, 22 million visitors visit our zoos, parks and other attractions, including the world's biggest indoor water slide, which opened recently in Hof van Saxe. And the Dutch company Vekoma is one of the top 10 producers of roller coasters in the world. Did you know that? I didn't, but I'm proud. Your industry is also a major driver of economic growth. You probably make up the biggest share of the experience economy, or retailtainment, as you call it. An attraction can be small, like a little playground in front of a shop, which lets customers know that this business owner wants kids to feel welcome too. Or it can be big. Some amusement parks are like small cities, complete with hotels, shuttle, services and shops, like the Efteling or like Universal Studios. But you're not only in the business of having fun. Your business is also about making memories. And if it's working now, this is one of my memories. Yeah, it works. It's my first visit to Madurodam. That's me in the front. My cousin, my uncle and my aunt, and the big man with lots of hair is my father. We visited all the amusement parks in Western Europe. I've tried to do the same with my 5 sons. And I think they'll always remember those outings. Because I'll never forget the ones I had as a child. Everyone has memories of a time they went to an attraction with friends or family, whether it's the playground next to the shop or the big amusement park. I look forward to the new ideas that will be presented over the next few days. Ideas that will create new, lasting memories for the next generation. I'm taking too much time, I think. But I'm finishing, don't worry. I wish you a great conference and trade show and good business in the future. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Mrs. Kaiser. It's wonderful to have you here, but we thought we actually bring some of our valued members here to us today. So I would like actually some very special friends to join us now on stage. So please give them a warm welcome and see who we brought actually also this time to EAS. Please, you have someone coming from behind. We initially wanted to bring it up on stage, but we were afraid that it would break then, so we better keep it low. friends, because they should now race.
It's great when it works.
Yeah, it is. It really is great. I told you today in the rehearsal it worked, but I think it's actually the continuum of this event. You know, we try to do it a little off the script. Otherwise we just have... Yeah.
Well, if technology isn't working, can we pick it up?
Yeah, we take it up.